Hmm. Ja, auch eine. Ne güzel yapmışlar şeylerini ya. Ha. Girişim ne demekti İngilizce?
All right, we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new AMA we're having tonight together with Spintop. I'm here tonight with Sinan Golfidam, the CEO and founder of Spintop, and together with George from CDFI Hotlers, as well as me. I'm from CDFI Hotlers. So to give a bit of a story first, actually, Spintop is an interesting story because Spintop was initially the first IDO plan for CDFI, but did a bit of a rebranding about um, the the white paper and the products. So now we are ready for the IGO and the AMA tonight. Um, so yeah, they will be launched exclusively on CDFI. I think by now everyone that's watching these AMAs knows everything about CDFI. Just a short recap: you need to be a holder of 250 S fund minimum for lottery, 1,000 for tier 2 guaranteed, up to until 100,000 for tier 9. So that's about CDFI. CDFI Hodlers, you also know us as a community where S-Fund hodlers come together to talk about all the projects that are being launched through CDFI, which are actually currently quite a lot. I think for December we are almost at 10, if not at 10 already, which is quite unique and really a big achievement for CDFI. So yeah, tonight we're going to talk about Spintop, the products they have, what they're going to do, how they are potentially going to be revolutionary in the blockchain gaming industry this year and all the years to come after this year. So I'm just going to give some time for Sinan to introduce himself. Who is he? What is his background? What is his motivation to start with Spintop, and then we are going to ask a few questions about Spintop in depth. So, Sinan, go for it.
Thanks, Marcus and Jorge, for hosting me here. I'm really excited. I'm an introvert. I'm not like used to those kind of situations, but it's good to see you guys here and hi to every audience over there. So I'm Sinan, CEO of the Spintop. I'm an industrial engineer. I'm 35 years old. with a beautiful daughter, father of a beautiful daughter. And I'm an entrepreneur, and I was an entrepreneur as far as I remember. After I graduated, I've been through some businesses about nearly everything. Like I've done restoration, I've done construction, I opened up a business, a startup, multiple startups. I mean, they're all live and working well. But in the heart, I'm a gamer. I always loved to play games. Not anymore because I'm so busy. Nothing but work is in my life. So, but anyways, that was the motivation for me. And I'm really into the tech and the blockchain and the developments from a long time, from like 5-7 years. I've been watching and trying to learn this ecosystem and what is getting building here. So as a gamer, I thought that this blockchain really facilitates the gamers' grand vision of owning the assets they use. I mean, countless hours in front of the screen. For example, you play a game X. For example, you spend like hundreds of hours. You get like XP. Okay, I get it. A couple of coins and some items. But when you stop playing that game, it's over. You can't get those assets out, and they're gone. And okay, you enjoy the moment. I get it, but you have to. I mean, get them for yourselves, for your efforts. So that was what we thought. Actually, we thought that we have to do something here. This is going to be huge, and it's going to be revolutionary. It's going to be the major adoption case of the blockchain. So we followed that lead, actually. As Marcus told, we've been announced from like June, if I'm not mistaken. But we had a complete different business model back then. Actually, it was a metaverse, by the way, guys. But it had some gambling and game of chances functions. So we thought we have to do something better to the world and the environment. So it's not good to deal with those game of chances. People lose their money, and I didn't want as well as my team, we didn't want it to hold that burden to us. So we came up with this SpinTop, recent SpinTop, and for the last 6 months we've been working really hard to make it happen. The model is actually about creating the only hub for the blockchain gaming, the only place that you'll go and look for the games, discover the games, trade the coins, game tokens, buy the NFTs assets, exchange them with your buddies, and of course the guild maker. And of course we're building a system for people to create their own NFT assets pools to increasing the utility of their NFTs. If they're not playing, they would stack them there and people would grab it and play with it, and they would share the income. So it will be more efficient in our way. So that's about it, guys. What we gave a thought about this SpinTop was we have to do something really great there, and we work so hard, and we're not halfway through, we're not launched yet, so the show is just beginning.
The show must go on.
Yes.
That sounds very good. I think you just answered all of our questions, so I think we can just close the AMA and then we continue another time. No, but I'm gonna skip my first question, so I'm just gonna move on to
of course
the second one, which is basically when you look at the blockchain market, SpinTop probably thought, okay, you already explained it a little bit about NFTs. So the blockchain is facing challenges and problems basically. So which one is, in your opinion, SpinTop addressing in relation to GameFi and blockchain gaming?
Okay, so what I think is that, Marcus, the blockchain gaming ecosystem is decentralized by its nature, right? Decentralized by its, foundation. But it's too much decentralized that you don't get any information anywhere. You get like hundreds of games getting launched. You don't get any good reviews out of them. You don't know where to buy their coins. You don't know what's the use of their NFTs. And there's a huge barrier, to hop into the game, where to buy what and how much will it cost. So we wanted to solve those problems in our platform with actually 4 products. One of them is the Spindex, the gaming-only DEX, in which we will build a wallet for the gamers to, pay only with Spin token to get into the games. The liquidity pools inside the Spindex will cover the transactions, so they won't have to worry about buying hundreds of gaming tokens to play each one of them. And we'll have the Gamepedia, the gaming list. It will be like IGN. You'll go and browse and filter the games, and there will be guides on those game lists, game detail pages. People will rate the game, comment about it. It will be a social, inclusive gaming list, actually. And we have 2 more products. The third one is the most innovative one that I foretold, the Guildmaker. I'll explain it to you in another question, I think. I would expect you guys to ask it. So,
Yeah.
so I'm not getting into the details. And the fourth one is the NFT marketplace, and it's very clear, right? I don't have to explain it. But the player will go and list their NFTs for sale, buy their desired NFTs. But those NFTs, of course, will be the gaming NFTs, not the artsy ones on the OpenSea.
Okay. So you basically maybe answered a lot of our questions, as Marcus said, but we're gonna go through all the 4 things that Spintop offers. We're gonna start with the Gamepedia. Can you explain the main features of the Gamepedia and what are the benefits for the gaming projects and the users?
Okay, of course. The players and the investors actually would go there and search for the games, for their tastes and for their tokenomics. They'll be like, let's filter the RPG ones and the ones on the Binance Smart Chain, because they would prefer to play on Binance Smart Chain because it's cheap and fast and not cloggy, like. Okay, most of the chains are as well perfect, but some of them are like pain, And they would, sort the games according to their ratings, the user ratings, and they would read the comments to have a thought about it, and there will be detailed guides about what to do, how to play, how to increase your profits and the efficiency, how to maximize your time and profit over those games. So we envisioned to build that such lists with great illustrators and designers, actually with good user interface. So we want to to tidy up this really messy blockchain gaming space.
So basically to make the life of the users easier when they want to know about games.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, and can you add a little bit about, because that's one of the things mentioned, I believe, in the white paper, the Gamepedia will serve as a social hub for the community, the gamers, maybe also the project owners. Can you explain how that's visionized by Spintop?
Sure. Actually, we'll connect all of these platforms to each other, but the Gamepedia will have the profile function. So people will build their profiles there. they would be seen there on playing the other games. We will give them their achievements on other games, and we will rank them to their activities. So we want those gamers to, talk to each other, comment, recommend on each another, and so we want to, keep the players together there in the same, environment, not like speaking only CryptoBlaze on CryptoBlaze pages or neither the Alien Worlds, but we would like them to come over us and play whatever game you like and write whatever you want about the game. So we want to, get that engagement through their experiences. We want them to tell about themselves and the games they're playing.
Yeah, so basically everyone, like in the online games, you have friends list and everything, and now you will know what are they playing and what are they playing, and yeah, basically, and you can add them or maybe chat with them and say, "Come play with me."
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You know the metaverse thing is going on fire, right? So people are like increasingly using their spare times online on metaverses, and I'm telling this metaverse not because it's just hyped right now, but it was like this. I grew up playing WoW and online games and chatting people online. They were our metaverses actually. I think nothing changed, but the ownership, the back end of those games are going to change to this blockchain, and will make the great innovation there, in my opinion, guys.
Okay, thank you for it. Now to go with the next next utility that Spintalk has, it's about the Spindex. What will the Spindex add in relation to Spintalk's vision, and how do you plan to implement the features like the
course.
DEX, the wallet, in the whole ecosystem?
Sure. I'll have to give you guys a brief about our tokenomics. So we have a hard cap, guys. We'll have an emission through 5 years, and we have a burning mechanism too. We'll burn through the utilities of the spin, which I believe I'll tell later in this chat. But the Spindex will act as the, we will pair spin token, our token, with other games' tokens in the Spindex. So the spin token will be convertible to many tokens out there in the Binance Smart Chain especially. Then we'll open up the cross-chain platforms. But the users will be able to provide liquidity for the spin and partnered games' tokens, and they would get tokens in exchange. So the other games, these tokens will have the utility to gain spin token in our Spindex. And our grander vision is to create a wallet. It's written on our roadmap. After we finish the NFT marketplace, we'll get onto this. And after we've been through a lot of traction on the blockchain gaming partnerships, we'll launch the exchange wallet, and it will be integrated to the projects. And when you, if you hold spin token, the conversion will be automatically there. If you want to play something, the transaction will be convertible by only spin. So the other pair will be exchanged from the liquidity pool. It will be an automatic thing. So it will ease the gamers' experience. They will just hold spin token to play those games. This is our grand vision actually. But beside that, it's a DEX for gaming tokens. We will have pools and liquidity farming and yield farming and staking functions.
Okay, thank you for your explanation about the DEX. Let's move on to in what, in my opinion, is going to be the most revolutionary part, at least in my personal opinion. the guild maker. So can you explain first from a basic perspective what you're trying to achieve with the guild maker?
Of course. Yeah, it's my personal best too, Marcus, by the way. The guild maker will be a trustless guild maker mechanism managed by smart contracts on this blockchain. So it will be a trustless, permissionless system. So what's so special about it is that it's not a guild. It's a mechanism for people to creating their own guilds. They will burn spin tokens in exchange to opening up NFT vaults. And on those vaults, people will stack their NFTs for people to borrow and play. So there will be the this is I mean similar to the yield guild concept, right? Opening up a vault and stacking NFTs and giving them for the scholars for profit and sharing the profit. But we will let the users to open up their own guilds on the blockchain. So we are not a guild, but we are a platform for guilds to, create and prosper. And but by the way, it will be trustless, as I mentioned before. The guilds are currently like functioning in a really eerie way. People send their private keys to the the scholars. The scholars send their private keys to the sponsors, and they look to their CVs, and it's more like a old world thing, slave and master thing. So it's not trustless, it's not permissionless. They just use people for their times, and they're treating them not right, as far as I believe. And in our product, it won't be like this, because it will be a trusted, permissionless model, and people will be able to open up their own guilds. So we are on another how can I put it in my own words? We're not a guild. We're just a platform for people to creating their own guilds. Of course, the first guild will be made by ours. We will open up our own guilds, but that would be just to show people the foundations of our developments.
Basically to let people know how to do it. Yeah, you have to create the first one so people know what they have to do. I think the people can understand what you're saying. Don't worry. I think it's quite clear about it.
No, it's hard to explain, because all those concepts, these vaults and NFTs and the guilds, it's a little bit higher level on the blockchain to tell people about. But the YGG, most people know it. It's just a guild owned by a DAO. So we'll be a nest for many guilds, such as YGG, to get built. Yeah.
Okay. I also know that there is a very revolutionary aspect about the Spintop Guild Maker, and it's the AMM system. Can you explain to the community how the rating system will work? Because you will rate the NFTs and you will rate the people, like the scholars.
Yes.
And how is this going to be implemented on the?
Yes. So we are relying on the free market for those functions to work, right? First of all, we will let the sponsor to give a basis rating for their NFT. It wouldn't matter on the long run, actually. They will say, for example, this one will worth around 50 USD, all right? So the scholar will grab this NFT and play with it for like 8 hours. After 8 hours, it will be gone. He will play it, then how much money is generated from him? He will write it down there. One more time, another player will play it for 8 hours, for example. And it will be a moving average that will calculate the average yield generated from that NFT. So that will be the NFT rating. And the MMR rating, the player's MMR rating, scholars, would be the rating he would gain from playing such NFT valued around 50, for example, and he gained around $70. So he have a gap, right? He played better with the $50. He gained $70. So he will have a better MMR, and scholars will want to, give their NFTs to those guys, not to guys who would take the NFTs for like $50 and get around $30. So the free market will work on that aspects to work these triple MMR scoring and rating.
Will those ratings be public or will be secret? I understand that the NFT rating will be public, but the scholar rating will be public, or it will be like secret so that people
both of them will be public, and the NFT rating will determine the sponsor's profit from the whole NFT vault. So the whole NFT vault's value, for example, would be 1000x, and the NFT would be worth around 1x. So he will have 1/1000 profit made from that vault. So if the NFT is like is useless, and it's like $1 or $2 worth of it, so he'll get less money out of it. So we rely on the free market conditions actually, and we will punish the dishonest there. We won't punish, but the free market, because if a player plays with a good NFT and declares less value, then his MMR would go down. So people won't try to give him that NFT. So I believe it's a very good model, and I believe it will work perfectly. On the Q1, we will launch it. We're working very hard for it. Hopefully we'll see it in first quarter of the upcoming year.
Yeah, I think this is gonna make it one of the most revolutionary parts because I think also if I'm not mistaken, in the current guild system on the market, you get the NFT, and that NFT is in your possession. Like if you would like another person to use that same NFT, you would have to go through the whole process again to give it to another person, the evaluation, the CV handover, the explaining who you are, what you want to do, are you trustworthy, and with this trustless system, we can basically lend the NFT for 8 hours, and then after 8 hours, it's put back in the vault. Someone else can take it because everyone needs sleep, and when someone is sleeping, the NFT is not being used. There's no utility, and for a market that works all over the world, like 24/7, people from all over the world that want to have access to the game, NFTs can't sleep. People have to sleep, but NFTs can't be asleep. And to maximize the utility, what you're explaining, the whole trustless automated system will have a great value in the guild system.
Thanks, Marcus, for clarifying. That was what we thought. For example, we would give the NFTs for a guy for 8 hours, so he'll play and he'll sleep. Whereas on the other guilds, if you give the NFT for a guy for like days, people would like play with it. It would be like slave and master conditions. It's inhumane, and as you told. We wouldn't ask for anyone's CVs and nothing. We wouldn't look who would grab the NFT and play with it. It would be the system to look after the mechanics and the thing overall.
Okay. So just moving on to the next question. So we have the rating system here, the structure for the NFTs, which is for the NFT and the scholar. Can you explain the system and the structure that makes sure that the system runs as intended? Let's say a scholar takes an NFT, uses it for 8 hours, but basically sleeps for 6 hours, only uses it for 2 hours. He's not a good performer with that NFT. How to assure that this is registered properly, so that this is basically a bad scholar?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the MMR system that would, indicate who's who, what's what. So for an 8 hour, for example, I grabbed an NFT that was weight in its profit average around $50. Okay, so I have a decent MMR, like on average. I take it and I play it exactly as it is, like 50, then I will have no difference in my MMR. But if I grab that 50 valued NFT amp and gained value around 90, so there's this huge difference that would reflect to the scholar's MMR. And the NFT was played on a better performance basis, so its MMR will get up too, because its rating is actually the moving average of all the usages, how much yield has been made through the NFT. So after the period of 8 hours is done, we'll recalculate the every MMRs, and the NFT will again be on the pool for anyone else to grab it. And by the way, a sponsor would be able to, say, I won't give this NFT for a guy MMR below like 30%, 40%. So if I own an Epic NFT, I wouldn't want a bad guy to, play with it and declare his own profits less than he did. So I would want a trustworthy and good player, which is all governed by the smart contracts and the mathematics, not the subjective, values and yeah.
Okay, it's pretty cool. I like, and I think, as both of you said, I think that's the best thing about Spintop, the guild maker. But there's also the NFT marketplace. There are a lot of NFT marketplace. What will the marketplace in Spintop be better than the others, or what does it offer in comparison to the other marketplaces?
Oh, sure. The NFT marketplace will be different because we will be a hub. We are an aggregator. We want the players to come to our platform and play games, buy NFTs, buy tokens, and if they gain their NFTs, they can sell those NFTs through our NFT marketplace, as well as the sponsors would be able to sell their NFTs if they don't want it. So I believe it would be a good habitat for people to trade their NFTs. So why won't we have the NFT marketplace? And we will add the function to, land the NFTs for a fixed amount of time. So people would be able to rent it for like per hour basis and play with it, then return it back without declaring anything, getting all the value they harvested from the game whatsoever. So it's there because it fits the whole platform. By a single product, it's not our best product because, as you told, everyone is building their NFT marketplace. But we are a gaming hub. We want people to exchange their opinions, tokens, and NFTs there. So it's essential for us to build that NFT marketplace there for the use of the users, players, and the guild masters, whatever, and the sponsors.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. So let's just move on to a few general questions. So I just want to ask, because there's a different blockchains in the market. For example, you have Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Solana, Elrond, Avalanche, and others, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. How is Spintop planning to handle that in relation to the Spindex, NFT marketplace, and the Guildmaker? As a lot of games now are seeking to I wouldn't say walk away, but look alternatives compared to Binance Smart Chain, because it's also sometimes getting a bit clogged up now. So people are moving to Solana, Elrond, Avalanche, for example. So what are the plans within Spintop in relation to the spread of the games to different blockchains?
Oh, thanks, Marcus. Good question. First of all, we wanted to, deploy on the Binance Smart Chain because it's the, cheapest blockchain with most liquidity provided, right? So it's the most used one and the most battle tested chain there. But it's cheap, it's fast, but it's central. We love Ethereum, right? Ethereum is, you can't kill it, but try transacting in Ethereum. It's pain. It's pain financially. My CTO has a better opinion on this, but I believe we would be multi-chain. By the way, we would open the DEX, the Spin DEX in every major chain there. But we want to, use the layer 2 solutions on Ethereum on the long run. We don't want to get hyped on the marketing campaigns. We want the utility, nothing more. We want cheap, fast transactions which are reliable. Whoever achieves it, we will be there. We are on Binance Smart Chain. We'll be on Matic. We'll be on Solana. We don't have a preferred chain. I think we are not a maximalist. We're utilitarians. So we'll use what is of our best interests, actually, and we want to. Connect all those gaming ecosystems. So we have to be present in every major coin. So we'll be multi-chain platform. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Most of the game, or a lot of the games, are on different chains. So having them on like a centralized Spindex or in the Gamepedia, everything that will make life easier for a lot of players. For example, I don't know about Harmony One games or I don't know on other chain games. So having them all together, that would be very nice too.
Yeah,
And I want to ask a question that a lot of my friends have asked about Spintop, and a lot of people have asked. What do you think about Spintop becoming the blockchain Steam? You know Steam, right? The people is saying that Spintop is going to become Steam for the blockchain. What are your opinions on this?
Of course, that was our goal. I wouldn't want to, compare myself to Steam because blockchain is very different to the current gaming, right? And the Steam is supplying the exposure to the players. They are like showing the games, their ratings, and their stuffs. So in a way, we want to be this team of blockchain actually, but we wouldn't want to constrain ourselves by saying that our mind is open for so much innovations. We are planning so much futures, but let's finish up the first product we promised, then we'll build on top of them. But in a way, Jorge, I believe it would be right to say Spintop is aiming to be the Steam of blockchain, but it's a little bit cheap to say it. But it's easy to understand, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, thanks for asking.
But perhaps a lot of people consider Steam the status quo at the moment, but perhaps it's Spintop that is the status quo. We don't know, So it could also go a different direction. Let's talk a little bit about the token utility. So how will the project incentivize spin holders not to, let's say, sell their tokens upon listing? And also, how can the holders that participated in previous sales and upcoming sales, how can they utilize their token within the ecosystem the day after listing, perhaps the first couple of weeks after listing, and during the upcoming updates such as the guild maker system and the NFT marketplace later on.
Yeah, sure, Marcus. First of all, we'll open the farming and staking in the first week of our launch, hopefully. So they'll be able to, stake their spin tokens or the liquidity pool tokens for yield farming and staking. But that's just a weak utility, we want to, create the utility for a spin token on the. They would be able to open up their profiles with it, stake it with it, and the sponsors would be able to burn their tokens in exchange to opening up the SpinTop vaults. And every trade made on Spindex will be burned, and every percentage of any yield generated by the guilds will be burned, as well as every trade made on the NFT marketplace will be burned. So we're trying to build a mechanism on our tokenomics that burns and mints on equally on the other parts. We have a fixed hard cap, so we are a deflationary token, and we want to create value for spin on the guild creation aspects, the staking and farming, and every transaction made on Spindex, and the guilds and the marketplace will be burned. So we will decrease the supply and create demand for SpinTop. My answer would be that actually. It's a little bit complicated because there's no direct utility actually on the spin. If you don't think about the Spindex and the guild maker, but the spin token will be the central bank of gaming in blockchain. That will be the utility. The spin token will be pooled with every other major gaming tokens. So we will set the average of the gaming tokens, and we will mint and burn, and people will use it to burn it to create their own guilds, and many more functions will be added.
Okay, that's cool. The future there will be maybe change or anything. So who knows?
Yes, we are planning of making a tier system in terms of engagement. So if a player plays this 10 games, he's someone else. If a scholar stacks 10 NFTs, he'll be a guild master. He'll be something else. Then if someone does every one of them, he'd be the grandmaster in the SpinTop. So there'll be exclusive channels in our Discord for those roles.
Okay. Oh yeah. Now I think we're gonna ask this a small question. A lot of people worries about the security. Who will be performing the security audits on SpinTop and the smart contracts and the coding, etc.?
Sure. Our smart contracts are already on the Certic. Certic will audit it, but we will audit it for another third party too. We'll have double audits, but we are under assessment right now by the Certic. So we really care about the security because it's really important. Like people bring their hard-earned money there, and we are responsible for them. So we will take every measure for them, for their safety. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. That's indeed very important. Make sure everything is safe when people put their money in the Spindex or in the guild maker or any other part of the project. So could you explain us a little bit more about the rest of the team? Who is involved, CTO, CMO, other people that are in the team, and so on.
Okay, we are a crowded team, by the way. We're a band of brothers, actually. My brother is my co-founder, 1 year old. You don't see him on the, white paper, but we are around 25 people working on this project. And I'm the CEO. Our CTO is a very talented, genius guy from Turkey. He's managing his own Web3 development, and he's really very productive. And our CMO is the best marketing guy in Turkey, the Alem Shah. He's really good, very useful to us, always connected and always providing for us. And our CSO, Kaan Kayabalı, a great guy. He's running the most visited blog in Turkey, actually. Not a blog, maybe, a content creating marketplace, maybe. And I have my friend Kaan, my co-founder. He's too behind the scene. You don't see him, but he's working very hard. I have many friends. I'll name them. We have Apo. He's a crypto expert. He gave us so much. We have Alijan. He's working real hard on the community management. And we have lots of illustrators and graphic designers, and of course the back-end and front-end developers. I'm thankful for them. I have a very good team with a very good synergy. Actually, I'm friends with every one of them. So I'm really happy with my team, and we'll achieve lots of stuff together. I'm sure of it.
Thank you for sharing for it, and that's very good, nice words for the people on your team. So now we're gonna go with the community questions, but before, for everyone watching the stream, there is a giveaway of 300 BUSD. Sebastian will put it on the chat or under the description. I don't know where he will put it. You could just go ahead and fill the form. And who knows, you may be winning the BUSD for the Gleam.
Yeah.
So, starting with the community questions, please, Sebastian, can you put the first one? Okay, Sebastian asked, what do you think Spintop's futures will be apart from becoming the next blockchain Steam?
I don't know. I really don't think about our vision included with Steam. We are trying to curate and aggregate the whole blockchain gaming ecosystem. And I don't know, we'll just keep on building. We're constantly thinking what to do. We want to, innovate and make this blockchain scene a better place, because I really believe in it. That's about it, actually.
Okay.
All right, so next question. Yeah, I saw this one. It was a good question. I shared this one, actually. How do you plan to solve the dilemma for new scholars to both give them opportunity to play and also to prevent re-registrations of poor performance to reset rating?
If they reset their rating, they wouldn't have any rating there. So they would be bad. They wouldn't change anything. And we will collect email addresses, and we'll get the wallet address too. If they want to open up new email and new wallet, they can play with it. If they're bad intentioned, their MMR would go down. Nothing would change. So it will be a free market with moving averages ratings. So in the end, in the long run, in the mid run, nothing will change there.
Yeah. So basically, that would mean that someone that's just starting has a, let's say, like a neutral rating as default, or like a bad rating as default. So that if there is a good NFT out there, they won't be able to pick it from default.
Of course, no one would want to share their NFTs with a neutral one. First, if you're neutral, you have to you have to prove yourselves, right? You have to get some mediocre NFTs and play with it to show them you're good. I believe those mechanics will, will create the whole ecosystem and the mechanics.
Okay, thank you. So Paula asked, when you land the NFT on the Guildmaker, will the scholar be able to read in games like Axie Infinity? I suppose she wanna know when the scholar gets he rents the NFT, and there's in some game there's the breeding system like in Axie Infinity. Will he be able to breed, or that's just for the owner of the NFT?
That would be just for the owner, because we will wrap the NFTs and we'll integrate the wrapper smart contract to the gaming platform system. So and we will give the NFTs for 8 hours. So what would they do if they breed with it? It will be useless. Of course, the sponsor wouldn't want their NFTs to be altered. So I believe that won't happen in our system. So the sponsor, the owner, can breed if they wish, but the scholars won't be able to do that, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you. That's basically the what she wanted to know.
Regarding this part of bringing new partners with other games, UC plan to organize tournaments and events to attract users. Are we talking about competitive esport?
Yes, good question, Pawan. Yes, we definitely would create competitions between the guilds, and inside the guilds, we'll have both competitions on. We'll have giveaways for the highest scorers, and we'll, that's about it.
Basically that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Rajesh asked, do you guys plan to make a metaverse, maybe like a game store, as the metaverse is gaining a lot of attention?
It's branding, in my opinion, the metaverse thing. We are living on a metaverse right now. So actually, we are a metaverse, but we don't want to, market it like the metaverse print out. But of course, it will be a virtual realm that we'll be creating with many portals to access the games. So we'll be the metaverse, actually, but we don't want to market with it. We said that we're a platform. We'll stick to it. We are in the metaverse, yeah, but it's
okay.
What is that?
What's the marketing and listing plan?
The marketing is that we've had deals with many influencers, actually, and we're targeting the old global ecosystem. So we'll try to spread the word with the influencers and the partnerships. We'll get as many partnerships as possible. After the launch, we're going to start with it. We are talking with many good projects right now. So we'll have to, make some partnerships and make some noise about it. And of course, the influencers will spread the word about us. We are confident about ourselves. So if we spread the word, people will try us, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's cool. I've seen Alex Becker's tweets. He tweeted about it.
Yes. No, he's a heavy investor. Let's hope he's.
Okay, so now next question is: you've had some delays and been through some bad times. How would you still be competitive when you launch? I suppose he's talking about the wave in June, the June spin-off project.
Yes. Okay, sorry, I didn't quite get it. Talking about the bear market.
No, can you put it back up, Sebastian, please?
I think he was asking that since you had many delays, what is your... Yeah, you've had some delays and been through some bad times. If you want to know if you're gonna enter the market already being a competitive project.
Of course. Okay. we had so much delay because we tried to build multiple products, and we didn't want to market ourselves without anything in our hands. So we waited until the very exact launch right here. So now we will have the product aligned pretty quickly after our launch. So we're confident. We'll show our users our products. So I believe they would be happy with what we're trying to build, and we will be a DAO in the future. So it will be us, the gamers, on that hub, not me or whatsoever. We believe in the decentralized world, but let's see. Who knows what the future holds, right, guys? But we're really confident on what we're building.
Okay, so here we have someone asking that Theo believes that people will spend no time playing games that are developed in a very short time. I can imagine that, rather than playing in other platforms. What will move an average person to play a game?
Of course, they wouldn't want to, play shitty games. I understand that, but what we are trying to build on Gamepedia is to show people that those games are like bad. We want people to use their times on good ones, and people will go there and write that and rate them. So we won't open up any games. We won't develop any games. We're an aggregator. We will show people good games on blockchain. And I believe they're getting better and better day by day, and they will be much more better on the upcoming months. It's progressing. Yeah.
So for every game there will be a rating, right? You said it.
Yes.
People will then we can go to the Gamepedia and say, okay, I'm gonna list it by rating, and then they can play the best rated games instead of the bad rated ones.
Yeah, indeed. And they will be able to look at their tokenomics, their transaction volumes, and everything. And there will be guides, and there will be comments with people. People will say, this game is rated like 9 out of 10, but it's shit. They will be free to do it. So we're an aggregator. We won't produce games, but we will let people rate the games and talk about it.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if there's any more questions.
I think we're running out of the questions. I think Sebastian was going through.
Also, I've seen on the chat that Levent was here, so he came to say hello.
Oh, send my sincerest regards to Levent.
I just see him saying burn spin.
Yeah.
Yes, let's burn it.
So if there's anything you want to ask Sinan or say anything you think we have missed during the AMA, it's your time.
You guys covered most of them. Just remember, this is a CDFI exclusive idea. So I want to add that we didn't have many investors, private investors, to dump the token. So it's us on the market when we're launched. So fasten your seatbelt, guys. Let's see what's happening.
Okay,
thank you, guys.
Mark, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you to you for coming.
I have nothing to add except for I believe the initial market cap is going to be just under 300K, if I'm not mistaken. So that's indeed exceptionally low. So for those that can't participate in the token sale, shame on you. And unfortunately. But okay, thank you for being here at the AMA tonight, Sinan.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Don't forget to hit the like; it helps us a lot for those who are watching. And if nothing has to be said, we can just end it here. Remember, well, if you came here, you already saw it, but we will be posting on YouTube all the AMA. It will be on our YouTube channel, and if you need anything else, you just go watch it again. Thank you both for coming. Thank you, Sinan. Thank you, Marcus, for joining
my pleasure.
us. Anything to say, or we just can say goodbye?
Yes, let's say goodbye.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Dankjewel. Bye bye.
Don't forget the giveaway. Go to the link for the giveaway too. Bye.
Me? No, not the watchers. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you.